Today we have a look on Abzan Greasefang to prepare for the MTG Arena qualifier. This is a deck that is played in Pioneer and Explorer and resolves around Greasefang Okiba boss, as the title of this deck suggests. Besides Abzan, there are also Esper and Mardu versions, but in today's video we focus on the Abzan version. Greasefang is a 4/3 red pilot legendary creature that costs 3 mana in total. At the beginning of combat on your turn, return target vehicle card from your graveyard on the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of your next end step. The main goal with this is to get a big vehicle into your graveyard and get them back as fast as possible to the battlefield to deal massive damage and get board advantage. There are 3 main vehicles that we are playing: Esika's Chariot, Skysovereign Consul Flagship, and Parhelion II. The strongest out of them will be Parhelion II. Whenever Parhelion II attacks, we create 2 angels with Vigilant and Flying that attack with us. So this would be 14 damage in the air that can happen turn 3. Skysovereign does 3 damage on attack and on enter the battlefield. Esika's Chariot creates 2 cat tokens with power 2/2, and whenever it attacks you can copy a token you control. Besides these vehicles and Greasefang, this deck has cards with the following goals: get cards from your hand in the graveyard, get cards from your library in the graveyard, and other spells to help the deck. Let's have a look at cards that help you get cards into the graveyard from your hand. We have Raffine's Informant, Scrapwork Mod, or Liliana of the Wheel. Each of these cards do fill that role really well. Next are some cards to get cards into the graveyard from your library. Some creatures with that effect would be Satyr Wayfinder, takes care of 4 cards and has the upside of getting a land back on your hand. Stitcher Suppliers will mill 3 cards from your library on entry or when it dies. Grisly Salvage would be one of the best cards since it goes 5 card deep and you can get a creature or land back. With a Bloom command goes only 3 cards deep, but has many other nice options to choose from. -3/-1 on a creature, takes out Llanowar Elves for example, destroy an online permanent with cost 2 can get rid of Caskets or Witch's Oven, and getting 2 life while dealing 2 damage is not too bad either. Vessel of Nonsense is one of the new cards of Innistrad Remastered that came to Arena. It is an enchantment and goes 4 cards deep, but you can get either an artifact, creature, enchantment, land or planeswalker back in your hand. In the last category, we have cards with different functions. First there's Thoughtseize. It helps us to remove a card that could be problematic for our game plan, and also we get information on opponent's deck and hand. Can't Stay Away is a card that lets us play Greasefang from graveyard in case we mill Greasefang, and also this card has flashback, which is great since we do mill a lot of cards. There are 2 more new cards that came with Innistrad Remastered and both can have a place in this deck. Traverse the Ulvenwald is a great card to find Greasefang from our deck and get it in our hand. The Delirium cost requires us to have 4 different permanent types in our graveyard, so we would have to adjust the deck a little bit. And the last card is Eldritch Evolution, a card that gets us Greasefang on the battlefield when we sacrifice one of our cheaper creatures. So this is the overview of the deck, and I will show you guys now 2 different versions of the decks, and one will be played with Eldritch Evolution and has some more creatures, and the other one will play the Vessel and Ulvenwald. Hope you like this brief introduction, and now we go to more details in the deck tech and some gameplay. So this is the first version of the deck where we are playing Vessel of Nasensi and also Traverse the Ulvenwald. In the discard section we have an additional Liliana here. The main reason why we play Liliana is due to Traverse the Ulvenwald. It gives us the Delirium hit, so it's easier to have 4 different types. We have also Planeswalker, and as well Vessel can also get Planeswalker back in case we need a discard outlet to get rid of our vehicles. The vehicle configuration is 4 Esikas, 2 Skysovereign, and 2 4 Parhelion. This is basic, I would say. This is also how I like to run this deck usually. And we have a full set of Salvage here, and we also play 3 with the Bloom command. We have a one-off Satyr Wayfinder here just to have an extra card that puts cards in the graveyard, and as well a creature to block. Sometimes I want to have the extra creatures here just also for the Vessel, but this is really flexible. Yeah, this is the main configuration for Thoughtseize. 2 Can Stay Away here. I like the deck. It's really hard to say which one is better. You should try out, you should see how the meta is kinda in best of 1. But this will be the first version of the deck, and I would say we have a look at the second one. So this is the second version of the deck with Eldritch Evolution. With Eldritch Evolution, you can play this as a 4-off, but I tend to play it as a 3-off usually. We do play more creatures. So we added here 3 Stitcher Supplier to make sure that we can mill our graveyard even more with creatures and have creatures ready to sacrifice for Eldritch Evolution. We also play 4 Satyr Wayfinder, just in case, so we have also more creatures for Eldritch Evolution, and it fills up the graveyard as well. 4 Grizzly Salvage feels kinda mandatory in every list, I think. It's definitely the best mill card, I would say. 5 cards deep is pretty strong. We have 3 Can't Stay Away here. We have more creatures here, so I think it's a bit more better to play this. And yeah, this is the way we play this configuration. We only have 4 Raffine's Informant. There's also the Professor That Learns that you could add in this list if you want to have some lessons as well. It's super versatile, as I say, the deck, there are multiple configurations to play this. We also have a 4-2-4 and no basics lands here because we don't play Ulvenwald. But in this one, I prepared a sideboard, so I want to go over it shortly if you decide to go for best of 3. We have some duresses here, just to have more hand tight, because we definitely want to keep our plan going. We have 3 Fatal Pushes here. I mean, Fatal Push is just one of the best removal spells we can have in Pioneer. Ray of, or that's a hard one to say, Ray of Enfeeblement is one of the best removal spells in the meta right now, because it takes care of Greasefang with -/-4, because it's a white creature. It also takes care of all the white angel creatures with 4 toughness, which is really nice. So yeah, Ray of Enfeeblement, really, really good. Unlicensed Hearse here, if you play against Greasefang, against all the graveyard shenanigan decks. You want to have 3 because this one exiles cards from the graveyard. And I also am a huge fan of Archon of Emeria, 3 mana, 2/3, because in this deck you basically play 1 spell most of the time. Because either you want to discard something, you want to get something, like, so mainly that's the way you do it. And yeah, Archon of Emeria stops players from playing 2 spells, which is really nice against goblins, elves, and all those decks that go kind of white, or combo off, example. And Knight of Autumn here, just another creature that gets rid of target artifact or enchantment, which can be nice if they play cards that stop you from getting cards back from your graveyard to play. Also, they gain 4 life and a bit of an aggressive +1/+1 could be really nice too. But yeah, this is the sideboard I would go with. Let me know what you think. And yeah, so this is a new style of video. As you see, I just try to explain it in the beginning, then we go deeper into the deck I'm gonna play. And yeah, if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, or check me out on Twitch, Twitter, Discord. You can always write me, I'm always open for DMs. So yeah, I would say we go to the games. Horus, yeah. And we do not have a way to discard our hand. 3 vehicles in our hand. It's a mulligan. This is a keep. I'd rather pick them apart here. See what's going on to make sure that our cards survive. Amber Cleave. Okay, their 1/1 will just stay there. We're gonna get this one and then we have to get Annex. Well, now we don't need to get Annex actually. So we just pass. Next time we would have to get it though. Their turn 2 is not that dangerous right now. I mean, they could draw a card, of course, right? We don't know. But if they don't draw a card, turn 2, of course they do. But good they are. Yeah. Good game, I would say. Not finding anything except these cards is not helping at all. Not helping at all. Okay. Well, sometimes you have to play it this way. This is a discard. So we still off the Embercleave. Fine. That Phoenix is quite annoying. We have to get rid of this. It's gonna be not cool. We're on 8, which is not perfect, right? I mean, the only way to win this is actually drawing Greasefang now. They can pump the Phoenix here, pump the creatures. Going on 3, so is it top deck or not? It is actually a Greasefang, which is nice, but we are still on 3, so It's not perfect, but sometimes, you know, you need to have those top decks. It gives us 2 Angel of Vigilance, which is super big. So now the question is, will we survive the 3 damage? Of course we have to double block. We put them on 7. We still have a Chariot in the graveyard, so that's fine. We are forced to double block. We take 2 damage max from the Charger here, if they use the land. Okay, this is okay. They cannot sacrifice the Charger. Okay, and this is game. Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a crazy game, not gonna lie. But they sometimes you get through it. But this is how powerful Greasefang is, and I'm glad I can show it. Just like that card alone is just win, right? So sometimes if you have the good curve, then it's even better. Okay, this is a keep. We don't have a white, but we have a Savage. Can give us the white quite easy. So yep. Mono red. Yeah. Not something we're too happy about, but let's see if we manage. Okay, that is quite good. So now we have it, the nut draw, which is what you usually want. And we have double Greasefang, so that's also quite good. And it's like, it's so hard to do something once this happens, right? Like now we have a huge army on board, right? We don't have another card in the graveyard though. But we get it back on hand, we can play the Informant as well. And then we get it back in the graveyard. Most likely our Greasefang will die, so we cannot really do it, but then they die to flyers if they attack with the robber, which they cannot do. So they have to deal with the Greasefang here, but it's a really hard position, like. Okay. We don't care. They have to get rid of Greasefang or it's over. Yeah, that's GG. And so easy. It's so fast. It can be so fast, as you see, like, the game can be nutty, really nutty. Yowa Toki. Okay, it's awkward that we have... I don't know why, but sometimes I always find like these type of things. We go get another basics, which we only have 1. Sometimes it's quite interesting to me that I always have the legendary lands in the beginning on my hand. Makes me wonder sometimes. So we play against the same list over there. But this is probably the version with Evolution. Yeah, they are definitely the better player. As you see, they hit 3 vehicles. We did not manage to do that. We're not as good as opponents, sadly. We try to be as good, but apparently we're not. Yeah, we take that damage, of course. Probably a Professor or like an Informant here. Could also be a command, right? Looks like Grisly Salvage now. We're gonna do this. Because they have to play another creature if they want to use Evolution, but I think most likely they're gonna have... Oh, we are not that good, sorry guys. I'm trying my best. I also played it wrong with the lands. I'm trying my best here to find vehicles like opponent does, but I can't. I'm not that good. I'm trying to be that good, but the skill of doing this, I try. Like, it's what it is sometimes, you know? Sometimes you need to be better at Magic, like opponent is. Thoughtseize here. Okay, be worse. They are looking for a way to find Greasefang. I mean, they'll probably get it before us as well. Not cool. Super basic here. And this is how the game looks if you don't hit a vehicle and not able to play Greasefang. Informant, okay. One more turn and they have Greasefang and then we lose the game. So as you can see, there's like not much to do, but they're on 13, so we try to pressure, even though they have a lot of blockers. They have Takenuma, which is the land. Okay. I mean, it's all we can do is go as wide as possible. So, okay, that's shock. Yeah, let's taking the damage. Yeah, small chances of having a chance, but pretty small. The main problem is the double vigilance there. That's not it. I mean, that could be a small chance. So let's see if we manage this time, and we managed. So they have to block our flyers. It's just game. Crazy. They block, 4. Okay. Well, it was close. It was a close one. So glad we had the double Chariot there. But yeah, as you see, this is a popular deck. So you're probably gonna face it a lot. So yeah, sometimes you need the Greasefang top deck, you know? It was not a top deck with a Savage here, but still. Sometimes this is how it works. Simple as that. Ready? Sniper 11. Okay. No Greasefang inside, but we have Savage here. Quite good. We take 4 damage, but you know. Angels. This is the dangerous one. This one. The one that gives them life is the one we have to target. It's not perfect, but yeah. We need to get this card at least. That's unbelievable. We just needed a land now. Now we need to top deck a land. Oh wow, this is. I mean, at least we have Parhelion in the thing, but wow, that's a wowie. It's a big wowie. So now top deck land, right? Any land in the deck actually is untapped in this scenario. So you know, that's the goal. That's the goal, and then we try to pressure as good as we can. Okay. Game, of course. This is the card we wanted. So now we have to wait one more turn, of course, which shouldn't have been the case. And they maybe find a Coco. And if they have a Coco, then at least we got rid of one of them, and I don't think they have the other one. And I'm pretty sure they would have this one in hand if played last turn, if they had it in hand. So now it's dodging the Coco, which I think they have. So yeah, let's hope Greasefang can do something. You could also have a Apparition, which is also possible. But if they have a Coco, they have to play it now. More powerful. Yeah, that's okay. It's not a Coco. Getting damage here, which is scary, of course. But it's also nice to have some flyers to protect ourselves. It's important to make sure that they don't have too much life. The bank account. Say it like this. Okay. And we have Informant and the Liliana to put the Parhelion back in our graveyard, which is important. We have decent blocks here. I could assume that they maybe have Apparition. We are on 7 life, which is not perfect. Shock themselves. This looks like the spell for 3 white and X. Otherwise you would not shock yourself here. Yeah, Kylos. Yeah, that's a bad one. I'm sorry. That was not the one you wanted. That was not the one you wanted. And they cannot attack here. Okay. So. Start with this. Nice. Yeah, I mean, also nice. They probably sacrificed the life gainer, so just can attack with everything. How we managed. Yeah, I mean Angel can be way more explosive, of course. But here we are. We go through. They didn't have a good hand. Pioneer is super explosive, like many decks can just explode really fast. So it's a tricky format. It's a tricky format, and this is one deck that can explode really fast, as you can see. So this is the version with the non-evolution version. Let's play the other one. Have some fun, Snuffkin. This is our hand. It's a bit weak. We mulligan this hand. Better, but is also not good. Better, but not perfect. Okay, that's the worst draw, of course. Okay, it's a Greasefang list. So yeah, Greasefang has to go here. They can salvage now. Okay, we go with this. Get to. Yeah, we find a land here. No Greasefang yet on our side. They will salvage here. We have a can't stay away, which is fine, but not perfect. They found another Greasefang because they are really good players. They do not have any card in the graveyard yet, though. So you have to get rid of the Greasefang card again. What are we gonna do? Shieldred. Right. Double Greasefang. Double Greasefang, right there. Not so cool. Here we have our Greasefang in the graveyard. We only have a Chariot though. I mean, they can drop the Greasefang here. If they want to. But there's nothing they can get back. So that is fine. I mean, they go do it in case they find something. Discard. Which, yeah, makes sense. So. I think we have to try it. Wait. Finding an untapped land and maybe getting something in the graveyard. The wrong land. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. If they find a way to discard their card now, they are really good players. Any land is good for us. Shield with a cat. Not so cool, but yeah, this. Okay. Well, we have a card in the hand. Not want. At this point, there's not much to do. Sadly, not much to do. It's hope. All the hope now. If we find a way to discard our card before they do, maybe we have a chance. But that's the only way. Okay, that's good for us. Happy about that. A land also works if can stay away. So land. I should be more specific. What I mean. So we need to survive one more turn. That was a misclick, but that was stupid. Well, maybe one more turn. Maybe we are the better player. Yeah. Scary. Are they the better player? Unlucky. Yeah, this is a really funny game. Oh, both of us here. And yeah, now we have it, I think. It would have been an untapped land again. But unfortunate. Me on 5, which is not cool. Three of them in our hands. Also quite interesting. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? We have for sure 14 damage and we have 7/2/2s, which give us 320. We have to attack with this one. Given. Okay. So they block this one and 3 of them. So we have 4/8 damage going through, which should be enough. Crazy. Math is for blockers though, but I mean, they didn't find it. It was an awkward game. This was an awkward game. Cannot showcase really what the deck does. But the mirror match you will face a lot, so we have to be aware of that. It was really close though. But hey, we came up on top, which is always nice. That's good. That's a hand we keep. Stitch Supplier of Savage, so... Injure. Okay, that's gonna be a close one. They will be really fast. So yeah. They will be fast. We need to find another land as well. So yeah, that's one of the things. An Ornithopter. Do they have Michiko? Later. Cool. Going for block here. Trying to play creatures now. Greasefang in the graveyard. Okay. Well, we need to find a way to get the vehicle in the graveyard. That's a vehicle. Okay, now we cannot block. We'll probably take a big hit here. Yeah, it's a big hit. They know what's coming in, so take it. Best we can do. They have a spell pierce. Yep. Good player over there. Sometimes they have it, you know. It is a fast deck what they play, but they had one of the best hands possible. Old Mate. Destiny Explorer definitely tanks you, but it's okay. Okay, we have Greasefang. We have ways to get cards in our graveyard. We have Thoughtseize to make sure we can actually combo off. So this is a hand we want to keep. We also have these two cards which find us land. So that's. Okay, we get a Thoughtseize. Oh, okay. Going for the land. Found Evolution 2. We need to. Here we want to look for Grease. The Grizzly Salvage is not cool. This is the card we're gonna take. If they Thoughtseize, we have another way. We have Evolution and we have Greasefang in our hand, so we have two ways to actually find Greasefang, which is totally fine. So I'm okay with this. You just have to make sure that they don't fill the graveyard too fast. So here, I mean, what do you want to do, right? You can choose one of both. You can also choose Savage here to hope I miss land. Or Wayfinder to hope I miss land plus give me another creature for the evolution. So yeah, multiple ways here, of course. Okay, that's interesting though. Well, that's annoying. I didn't play around double Thoughtseize. I mean, you don't know what they draw, right? That's quite annoying. Oh yeah. That's what they're gonna do. Play it. They usually don't play removal, so we play the card now. Okay, that was their white. We need to find the card to discard it, so we can use this on a token and then get a discarder. Cool now. So yeah, we will have a Parhelion next turn. This is why this card is super flex and I like it a lot. Turn. Okay, I mean, they give up, even though, I mean, yeah, Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Mistborn 777. Okay, I mean, quite awkward, not gonna lie. A lot of Greasefangs and stuff, or stuff. But yeah, we have a Grisly Salvage here. If we find a land, that would be perfect. Could have waited here, to be honest. Actually gonna be this one. And then we get the land here. Since we didn't hit the vehicle, we had to change strategy. Change the strategy. Probably a mirror match again. Found a land here. So we hopefully find a way to actually get a card in there. It's not what we want. Not what we want. So we don't have a vehicle in the top 18 cards, which is a bit sad. And they have it, so hey, who does? Let's see if opponent is an amazing player, you know? Like, they had one in their top 5, and we did not have one in our top 18. So that's what it is sometimes, you know? Good game. Opponent is a better player. Easy. So as you can see, if you play this deck best of 1, this is what happens, right? So you have to be prepared to face this, which is not easy, you know. And they have the nut draw now, and they can even play. Yeah, this is really hard. So yeah, that's it. So you have to be prepared for these things. And yeah, I mean, we can try. But we don't have a way to discard it. So good. But yeah, as you can see, this can happen both ways. So best of 1, this is definitely dangerous. Definitely a dangerous deck. So that's why we're gonna show it. And this is, it's a 50-50 to be honest. We have NNKN Pyros. Okay, we have a lot of Grizzlies. So let's see what we can do with them. Filling our graveyard is always good. This is a deck that plays lots of removals. So we want to play Greasefang only when we really can get something big here. Yeah, I'm glad that happened. So we would like to find a Parhelion here. That's it. We also take this one. This way we have a Parhelion coming in. We also get rid of Chariot over there. It gives them a ramp, but I don't want to get rid of Chariot. I mean, I could actually wait until... Yeah, let's wait. They could tap creatures, right? So it's better to do that. Yeah, that's quite cool. Let's see what comes out. It's an Atraxa. Okay. Okay. It is an Atraxa. Transmogrify Atraxa. It's definitely not bad. Another Atraxa there. I mean, we can get rid of our card now. Not enough, sadly. This is a crazy one. We said 4, 18, 16. It is actually enough. It is actually enough. Whoa, I cannot even count. Yeah, and Atraxa, dangerous, but yeah. These games are so fast, like crazy, crazy.